Hello and welcome to TOTM-Tales of the Motherland. We decided to have some fun and introduce a series of videos about true myths and legends of Africa. Although we still own the rights to every story, the ones in this series are based on real events. We hope you enjoy discovering them or rediscovering them as much as we did. If you do, please remember to like, share, and hit the subscribe button. Thank you, and let's begin. Princess Yennenga, mother of the Mossi people. Over 900 years ago, in the Dagomba Kingdom in West Africa, lived King Ndega, Queen Napoko, and their breathtakingly beautiful daughter, Princess Yennenga. Yennenga was not just very pretty, but she was also a great fighter that beat any of the king's soldiers whenever they competed. She was so strong, both physically and mentally, that many soldiers were intimidated by her. Her father loved her dearly and was very proud of her. He loved her so much that he had a hard time considering giving her away for marriage. "My sweet, strong, and beautiful Yennenga," he said often, "you don't need a man ever. You have everything you need right here, and we could never part with you." But although Yennenga had everything she needed indeed, one thing still made her feel empty inside. She still had not found love, and she longed to one day find her prince, the one who would make her heart skip a bit and give her butterflies in her tummy. She dreamed of a day when her too would be able to start her own family with a man she loved. Yennenga knew that her father did not want to let her marry, so she came up with a plan. One day, she planted a field of corn, and it grew very well, bearing juicy and sweet corn that would make any farmer pale in jealousy. Rows and rows of lush golden corn stalks stood as a testimony of her skills. The field was perfect, beautiful, and appealing to the eye. Her father was so pleased and impressed that he boasted about his daughter's agricultural prowess to all who cared to listen. He showed the field to everyone who came to visit. Time went on, and soon Yennenga intentionally stopped tending to the cornfield and let it die. Her father was in shock. He did not understand why she would do such a thing. So he summoned her, and when she arrived to his court, Yennenga mustered all the courage she had and revealed to her father that cornfield represented her youth and beauty. "So by not letting me get married, you are willingly neglecting me, and I am slowly dying, just like the cornfield," she explained. Her father was enraged by Yennenga's insolence. How dare she talk to him this way? "Yennenga, I've had enough of your talks about marriage. I will never, never let you get married," he yelled at her. Then he ordered for her to be locked in one of the palace's rooms until he comes down and figures out what to do with her. Or until she changes her mind, he was hoping. Yennenga was very saddened and cried for days. Time went by, and the king stood firm on his decision. Yennenga stayed locked up in the palace for months. One of the king's men in charge of keeping Yennenga locked up felt sorry for her, especially when he heard her cry silently in her room. He finally decided that she had suffered enough and that he would free her. One night, he arranged for her to get disguised as a man and brought her stallion to ride away with him. He knew such a betrayal would cost him his life, so he had to flee too. He believed that it was worth it though. The two of them successfully left the kingdom and followed the North Star to a new land. They rode past wawa trees, limba trees, aniegre trees, and many pawpaw and mango trees. They heard the calls of several patas monkeys, alarmed by their presence. They smelled the distinct smell of the African civet, and almost ran over African giant snails that are known to grow up to 7 inches. They rode and rode for a while. After a few hours into the ride, they heard some loud noise getting closer. It turned out they were under attack by Malinke soldiers. Malinke soldiers were among the strongest and fiercest in this part of the motherland. They were extremely hard to beat, even for Princess Yennenga. Plus, they were too many to fight. But the guard who escorted Yennenga was determined to get her to safety, so he decided to fight them anyway, to give Princess Yennenga enough time to escape while he distracted the soldiers. He fought fiercely and managed to kill and wound a few of the soldiers, but in the end, he was killed. Saved by the king's men's heroic act, Yennenga rode her horse up north for hundreds of miles. She had a very reliable, strong, and highly intelligent horse. She had trained him well and trusted him. She finally crossed the northernmost border of the Dagomba kingdom, but was exhausted from crossing the White Volta River. She was so exhausted that she let her stallion lead the way, without reining him. Her stallion took her to a forest in which a young elephant hunter called Real had stopped to rest. Yennenga befriended him, but she kept her real identity secret for a while. Real was very good to her and treated her like a good friend, teaching her ways to survive in the new land, telling her stories of his hunts and making sure she was okay in this new place. It was not long until she fell in love with him and revealed her true identity to him. Her striking beauty, smarts, and bravery won Real's heart, and they got married shortly afterwards. Finally, Princess Yennenga had found what she had longed for so long, true love. They welcomed the young prince and named him Wedraogo, which means stallion, after the brave stallion that made it possible for them to meet. They started a new happy life in the new land and founded a new kingdom, the Mossi kingdom, in which they lived happily ever after. That new kingdom is today's Burkina Faso. Queen Yennenga is known in Burkina Faso as the founding mother of the nation, and she is greatly respected for that to this day. The end.